Heating up on Capitol Hill as Republican senators work to pass the president's so-called Big Beautiful Bill. Tonight, the Republican Senate majority has just passed the procedural vote for the president's bill. Wanted to give you a live look at the Senate. Again, just minutes ago, lawmakers passed the vote with narrow margins. For more than 3 hours, the bill was just one vote away from sinking, with 3 Republicans voting against it. On social media, President Trump had been lashing out against Republicans who voted against the bill, threatening to primary them and calling Democrats evil. Willie James Inman has more.
For weeks, President Trump said he wanted his big, beautiful budget bill passed by the 4th of July.
I think it was a good deadline. I think it's a good goal. If not a deadline, it's certainly a good goal, and it's certainly gotten us to work.
GOP senators met behind closed doors Saturday afternoon as they raced to pass the sweeping package. There is no vote scheduled yet, as it remains unclear if the Republican-controlled Senate has the simple majority needed to move forward on it.
This bill has about $400 to $500 billion worth of new spending. And why would you put forward a bill that has $500 billion worth of new spending if your goal was to fix the deficit?
Among those concerned by the bill, Republican Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky.
The deficit this year is going to be about $2.2 trillion. My prediction is with all this new spending and with some new tax cuts that the deficit's going to be bigger next year.
The legislation extends tax cuts from President Trump's first term, removes taxes on tips and overtime, and increases spending for defense and border security. Opponents of the bill argue it would make significant cuts to Medicaid and food stamp programs.
It's a disaster because it betrays Republicans' own promises not to cut Medicaid, not to cut SNAP.
What they're trying to do to cut back on these health care programs and health insurance for 16 million Americans to pay for tax breaks for wealthy people is just not a winning combination.
The president insists his bill will deliver relief to hardworking Americans.
But we'll deliver a record tax cut, a record spending cut, a record investment in border security.
The soonest the Senate is expected to vote on the bill is Sunday. Willie James Inman, CBS News, Washington.